So we've got to see the world react to Drake's new album and Kanye West's new album. And from what I've seen on the internet and a lot of the comments, most people are saying both albums are trash and, they're not all that. And I just think it's interesting, right? My take on Kanye West is, he made the Jesus is King album. He was in a low moment. Every time he hits a low moment, he starts calling out to Jesus and referencing Jesus. And then when he starts doing good again, he gets a big hit. And so I believe that, God is trying to humble him right now. And then with Drake, I think, with everything that's going on in the world, people are just sick of, he's talking about, yeah, I'm on top and I had sex with this one and that one. I sleep with this one and I'm the best and I drink and I do this and diamonds in my watch, this and that. And the world is so crazy that, people are, they're sick of that. They're looking for something more. I think people are starting to realize and wake up. And guess what? Music was created to worship God. That's the first thing. The Bible says all things were created by him. All things consist by him. And so a lot of people, they're looking at the things that are going on in the world and they're not trying to hear that. It's just, I did this and I did that and I slept with this one and I snuck to this one and I drunk this. People getting tired of that. And then the production wasn't that great. Actually, listening to both albums, I'm not going to lie, it actually boosted my confidence as an artist. You guys know I just released End of Times and just, skimming through their tracks, production, the beats, everything. I was like, man, I think my album is, doing pretty good. And then, of course, the music that I make is to glorify God. And I believe that there's going to be an awakening, to just real kingdom music. Maybe people have thought, Christian music was corny or, the Bible does say that carnal people cannot receive the things of the Spirit. But I think that's about to shift and change. God is about to raise up some people that's going to make some kingdom music that's just appropriate, for the times that we're living in. People are getting sick and tired of hearing, the same old stuff. I slept with this one. I had this many girls. I spend this much money. People are like, yo, the world is crazy. I need something with some substance. I need something more than that. You know what I'm saying? And for a while, people were just caught up in these, nice beats, and they're just kind of hypnotized by the beat. But I think people are getting to a place because there's so much stuff going on in the world where they want something more. So Kanye West, I believe he was on the right track, but then he started getting arrogant. He started feeling himself again. And then there was a lot of just demonic stuff going on in his music. With the rituals when he was performing, he definitely has some kind of, God complex. He brought Jay-Z on the song. You already know what Jay-Z is about. He's a devil worshiper. Then they were talking about a lot of vulgar things and cussing in the songs and things like that. And so I believe that God allowed him to get this kind of feedback that he's getting just to humble him. I've been looking at all the different comments. It seems like, I don't know, maybe Drake and these guys pay some of these people they got sports pages like promoting their album, but then, they're saying it's the greatest. But when you look in the comments, people are like, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't really feeling it. It was trash and things like that. So I think people are just, waking up. And I believe that's why the harvest is going to be plenty. People want something more than just that watered down, bravado, bragging and things like that. They're looking for a message of hope. And some people don't even realize it. Probably that's why the music ain't even really connecting. They're looking for something more. And that something more is found in Jesus Christ. That's why Kanye's last album was, for the most part received so well. Think about it, even people in the world was listening to it. People who ain't even Christians was listening to it. It was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because the world is looking for something more in these crazy times, that we're living in. I think all that other stuff is played out. But I believe God is going to raise up some people who are going to, attack that music industry from a kingdom perspective and give people a message that means something, a message that has substance, a message that has some kind of value. And I think whether people realize it or not, COVID and all that stuff woke a lot of people up and they say, man, I need something more than you talking about, I slept with this one and I'm the greatest and I got all this money. Like, people are tired of hearing about that. So something to think about. But hey, check out the album, End of Times. I honestly listened to both albums and it just, boosted my confidence. And I will say this, I don't ride around listening to like secular music like that. I don't ride around, bumping Drake. And I definitely don't think we should let anybody, who's a believer bump this Kanye album. You know what I'm saying? I just honestly just listened to it to see what they were talking about, what they were saying. Drake talking about doing voodoo on females and things like that. Just all kinds of crazy. We know the music industry is you know, a lot of witchcraft, a lot of demonic stuff. And that's why I tell people, no, it's not just entertainment. Don't just get caught up in the beat, get caught up in the melody. These people are involved in witchcraft, idol worship, and all kinds of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Best to just listen to, you know, Christian music that glorifies God. That's not to be religious, but, you know, just protect yourself, guard yourself. You know what I'm saying? I look at the lyrics, see the things that they're talking about, you know, so I can make these videos so people can be informed. You don't want your kids listening to this stuff. Let it brainwash them, their spirits behind it, and all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, love you guys. Be blessed, be encouraged. Hey, if you want to help Brother Marcus get this building, go to www.marcusrogersministries.org.